All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants, doing our Week 1 film review of the New York Giants win versus the Tennessee Titans, and it feels so good to do this after a victory. It really does. It makes it so much more enjoyable. You're charting how many, stacked boxes Wink Martindale is doing, the coverages, everything's fun after a win. But we're going to go through negative and positive plays, offense and defense. This is just more of a general film review. We have 26 plays we're going to go through, so this isn't going to be super in detail going through every nuance of a play. It's more just showing you guys what happened, and things like, why did this play go big for the Titans? Why did this play go big for the Giants? Why did this play not work for the Giants? So let's get into it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We have the O-line report out, podcasts, stats stuff. We have all kinds of stuff on the channel, so make sure to like and subscribe. That'd help us out. Week 1. So first play, we're going to go through something negative. Titans are going to run a boot. Or not a boot, sorry, play action. And they get a big play to Treylon Burks. So how does this happen? They're running cover 3, which is you have 3 deep third defenders, 1, 2, 3. Or sorry, Darnay is actually taking one of the deep thirds instead of Aaron Robinson. So these two are covering here. And McKinney is the flat defender, and he gets caught having to defend 2 guys on this. And Robinson turns this into man over here. And Xavier McKinney is just stuck trying to make a decision between 2 guys. He makes the decision on this when Tannehill gives a little hesitation, and bam, this comes uncovered over the top. Big play. And I don't know what's happening here with O'Shea and Zimenez, but attack, man, attack. Don't try and get your hands, to time a throw. Just attack. Go forward. That's a lot of space. You don't stop. You just keep going. You're putting pressure on him, and you know what? He probably throws it to this flat defender because McKinney is showing this. But O'Shane hesitates. Xavier goes to take this. And Treylon Burks gets a big play. Next, first drive, the touchdown on the first drive of the game for the Titans. Giants are in man coverage. And it's simple. Austin Calitro just gets beat. We got McKinney, good job. You have the cover 1 safety, cover 1 robber linebacker. Manned up here, man coverage, man. Calitro just can't hang. I really think the Giants should switch to Micah McFadden. We'll see some other plays in here. I didn't see enough good out of Calitro. Even stuff that wasn't wasn't a lot of positives. I really think the Giants should switch to McFadden. Now, he does get rubbed up on this, so not the worst, but you still... You want to be able to hang with this. Or try and carry this over the top or something. It's not the easiest thing in the world. But it is the difference between 6 points. Just an easy pitch and catch for Ryan Tannehill. All right, Giants offense. Going to start with the positive play. This was a 3rd down. This kind of looks like a smash concept. I actually sent this to the cover 1 guys who cover the Bills. Like, hey, what exactly is this concept? It looks like a smash concept, which is basically just a high-low read where you got 1 low, 1 high. And we're going to see that concept later. Jones deals with pressure because Evan Neal gets beat inside. Good job by him and Wanda Robinson. Really good job by Wanda Robinson finding the hole in the zone. We'll see it from the other angle, but this is good job. This is good chemistry. 2 guys on the same page. And just reacting to what the defense is showing. Taking what they give you. 3rd down, we'll see it from the other angle. This is one of the better plays from Daniel Jones on the game. You'll see Evan Neal gets beat inside. So Jones rolls out to the right. And watch this little pump that he does to get out of this pressure. And this has got to be quick. Reset, throw. First down. Moving the chains. That's good. Again, that little pump, bam, gets him in the air. Reset your feet. Fire it. Hopefully you guys aren't hearing that thunder in the background. Good job by Wandale. Just finding that hole, sit in it. Don't overrun it into this. Good job. Make life easier for your quarterback. When a play breaks, make it easy for your quarterback. Next play. Running play action dagger, which the Giants tried to run a lot. Credit to the Titans, did a good job of covering it. This was going to be a bad play no matter what, but I want to get on Kenny Golladay on this. So dagger is a very simple, but I think one of the more effective, simple chunk plays you can get. So what dagger is you have the slot receiver, who in this is Kenny Golladay. He's just clearing this out. We're trying to clear out space. And then the outside receiver, Sterling Shepard, is running a dig, and you want to get it into right here. And then you have either, you have the tight end on the drag right here that occupies a flats defender, or you could play it from this side and run a little whip route. But it's just attacking 3 levels and trying to find a hole in a zone. But here's where it's frustrating. Golladay. Go. You're 6'4", man. Rip through this. You're not getting the ball in this play. Like, he will never get the ball on this play unless it's a total busted coverage. And look, it's muddied. Galladay's got to be here. And maybe Golladay at 6'4" is not the best guy to run this clear out with. But this is bad. I mean, he's here. I know he's got the Shep's got the free release. But you got to know, your job on this is to clear out. So you got to get on your horse and go. And it just muddies this read. That being said, the Titans play this really good. Kevin Byard, this play wasn't going to do anything regardless. He reads this, sees eyes. He sees dagger coming. He's a smart safety. That he was going to cut this off no matter what. And Shep doesn't get the most separation on this either. This is doubled up right here. This is going to be a sack either way, but still, Galladay's got to get on his horse and go. See it from the other angle. Glowinski gets bulled. Feliciano is not able to pick up the stunt on Bud Dupree. Ends up being a sack. But this was going to be a sack no matter what. And the only other option would be Jones throwing it away. All right, back on the defensive side. This is a great run fit. Titans are in an I formation. Motion the fullback out, turn into a Royal King, which is when you have the fullbacks split to the tight end. And this is just a beautiful run fit. Everybody going. You've got Julian Love. He's going to set the edge. Good job. Safety setting the edge versus a tight end. Awesome. Sorry. Jihad Ward's lined up here. He's going to jump into this gap. Justin Ellis is going to jump into this gap, which means Calitro, you got to fly. You got to fly and get to the outside shoulder of this fullback. And then Tay Crowder is going to come and take the inside shoulder of this. So Calitro, bam. I wish he wouldn't brace for that, because you just, again, you have a +1 box, which means every gap every gap is covered. So just fly. Just fly. Doing that bracing, just bust that fullback up. Tay Crowder fills. Jihad Ward, who had a really good game in the run game, is able to scrape over. Just a good run fit. A good run fit versus a heavy formation. Next play. Titans run a man beater play. And they just get killed. So this is why I hate coverage stats, especially for linebackers. But again, you're manned up everywhere. Robert Woods is coming out of the backfield. Adoree Jackson followed him. Tay Crowder's got to cover this. Julian Love is covering the tight end. This is man across. Jihad Ward pops back out to reroute this receiver, but Darnay's in man coverage on this. This is just, hey, this is kind of, you can't be mad at Tay Crowder for this. Just a total man coverage beater, and that's the struggles of playing man coverage and having guys play off and outside leverage on this, and having a linebacker responsible for covering a running back split out. And Tay Crowder has had real issues in his career covering those running backs that are split out, but he's got no chance on this. And the Titans get a nice chunk play out of it. Next play, what are we looking at? Oh, this is a run play. This is actually an RPO. Titans did a good job of staying disciplined on the RPOs. Giants wanted to run RPOs. Titans knew it. The Bills, I ran the most, Josh Allen had the most RPO throws. Did a good job closing that down, forcing Daniel Jones to hand it off. I went through this on the O-line report. But blocking down, kick out. Josh Ezeudu, good. You see the athleticism of Ezeudu. He gets out and flies. This linebacker is trying to spill inside. Flip the hips. Bam. Flexible hips. Bam. Saquon's able to bounce. Daniel Bellinger does a good job on Rashad Weaver. Chunk play in the run game. 15-yard run in the run game. So we saw a lot of good stuff in the run game. We hit on the O-line report. Going to hit some more on this. Next play. So this ends up being the Daniel Jones sack. And I was pretty critical of Daniel Jones in this game, and I stand by that. This is a play where I'm not critical of him on. You gotta do better than this, Josh Ezeudu. Let's see it from the other angle. Again, I went through this on the O-line reports. I won't go through the details of the O-line play. That's not on Daniel Jones. He's in his backswing trying to get a throw. We'll see the read. This is that smash concept where we were talking about earlier. Jones does an awesome job manipulating a defender with his eyes. So this is the defender in conflict. So Jones, watch his shoulders. When his shoulders turn like that, this defender comes down for this, just for a second, and that allows for you to throw. This is a tight window throw, but these are the type of throws we want to get in this concept. And Jones is getting ready to pull the trigger, and we're going from second and 8 from the 43-yard line to 1st and 10 into the red zone. But because Ezeudu can't block this up, this is a sack. And you see it with his DJ's bam, just that little move of the eyes and the shoulders moves that defender, bam, and then you pull the trigger. But it's busted up. And Andrew Thomas is a freak athlete. I mean, he's moving like Saquon out there. And then Andrew Thomas is like this. When, God, will you ever give me a good left guard? All right, next play. This is the Tay Crowder hit on Derrick Henry. So we got to watch that, right? That's just fun to watch. Good job. He gets beat to the spot by Taylor Lewan. So that's not a good job, but good job reading it and slipping it, using those hands to disengage. Bam. And then just lays the freaking wood on Derrick Henry. Watching at full speed. Bam! I mean, Tay Crowder's going to be telling his kids about that. Like, yeah, there's this running back, Derrick Henry. Popped his ass. But here, I want to point this out because no one pointed this out. Micah McFadden got some reps on Sunday. This is why I want this guy to play, because he's aggressive. And I think he'd be a pretty significant upgrade over Austin Calitro in coverage. But he just plays fast and aggressive. Read. Go. Fast. He's got that agility. Dip. And get flat. If that O-lineman does get over to him, he's going to rip that right arm through. So if Tay Crowder initially reads this, gets to this spot right, like he's supposed to, right here, and then Jihad Ward's playing the backside, this is the hole Derrick Henry's going to go through. Micah McFadden would have had a tackle for a loss. Ends up being a 3-yard gain, but it gets remembered more for a big hit. But if Tay Crowder plays that better, Michael McFadden has a tackle for a loss, and we've got some concrete stuff to be like, throw this kid in, for, as fans. All right, next play, what do we got? Oh, this is a toss to Saquon. I didn't notice this play in game. Well, I mean, I noticed it, but I didn't notice the cut that Saquon makes. Anyways, you've got Bredesen blocking down, David Sills blocking Dupree. You got John Feliciano and Andrew Thomas pulling. Good job by Thomas. But this is what I want to show you. Look at this cut by Saquon. I mean, is he back or is he back? Bam! I mean, just like bowling pins. 51 thinks he's about to lay a hit on Saquon Barkley. Watch it in full speed. Bam! I mean, come on. That's sick. Saquon was a fun watch, man. Like, you take away his 68-yard run or whatever it was, he still had more yards than he did in any game besides one last year. Like, he was balling from the whistle, from the starting whistle to the closing whistle. Next play. This is the big Daniel Jones missed David Sills on this. And he did, and it was bad. Play action. Under center. Sills is wide open. Now, Sills is the alert on this, I believe. But you got to see what these defenders are doing. Because he could have had Shep too. He's got time. And if you're going to throw it underneath it, I would have rather thrown it to Tony, honestly. At least Tony's got some momentum, can make a cat miss. Saquon's got his back turned to the defense. Even if you're like, well, this isn't probably part of the progression. You've got Shep right here. You've got to pull the trigger on this. You have to pull the trigger on this. I mean, this has to be a chunk play either way. But where Jones has to be better on this is, again, you've got to see that you have pre-snap, you've got one safety. And then we got these guys down on the line. These four guys don't drop back. Nobody drops back to play this part of the field. So even if you're not going to hit David Sills, you have to see these defenders and take this shot to Shepard. But you have time. Peek at this. And then we're going to go through the Daniel Jones touchdown. I guarantee you the coaches told him, look at the alert, which coaches are, from what I've heard, I've never been in a QB conversation, but listening to other people who have been talk about how coaches, the alert is their, when it's there, they're, why don't you look at the alert? And then when the QB does throw the alert, they're against it. But nonetheless, you got to, again, one of these two has to get the ball here. You can't, that's, Randy Bullock makes that kick, and we're talking about this play a lot more. See it from the other angle. You got to see all these defenders are flat, man. You can't check this down. You got to pull the trigger on that. All right, next play. That's huge. So this is, they have a plus box, which means every gap is accounted for. So gap, 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 gap. Every gap's accounted for, which means you can play fast against the run. Calitro doesn't play his gap. And it turns into a decent run for the Titans. Not a great run, but a decent run. So what did he do wrong? He didn't trust his teammates. Leonard Williams is playing this gap right here. The safety's playing this gap. Jahad Ward's got out here. Fly through here. Fly through here. This gap is occupied. Tay Crowder's undercutting this from underneath. Fly. Go through this. Because guess what? This is going to close up. Jahad Ward holds his end. Leonard Williams is closing this down. This would have been a stop. But Calitro doesn't play his gap. He gets his eyes on the back. And he gets sealed off by Taylor Lewan. So now Derrick Henry's able to make a cut right here. He's got a crease to get 4 or 5 yards. Again, that's the difference between 1 yard and 5 yards. And, with the way the Titans run, that's the difference between 2nd and 9, a 2nd and 9 run, or a 2nd and 5 run. And that makes a huge difference. So it's just trusting your guys to play your gap. That's the beauty of playing in a defense that just, hey, gap responsibility. You play your gap. We're not going to play light boxes a ton where you got to, read and react and play 2 gaps. No, just go. Go, 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 go. Here's the Saquon big run. Good Lord. I know y'all heard that thunder. Hope it doesn't ruin the video, but I'm not stopping now. Azudu doesn't get a piece of him, but it does occupy the defender. Feliciano. Not the best block, but you get a body on a body. And then it's time for Saquon to ruin angles. I mean, there's not much more to this besides Saquon just being a freak athlete. Stay in bounds. First 50-plus yard run since 2019. I know that felt good for him. I know that felt liberating for him. And then here's the touchdown on that drive. Great blocking up front. Giants are running duo, which means you're going to try and get as many double teams as possible. You're stepping the offensive lineman. Instead of, if this was zone, Thomas would block here. Azudu would be taking a step with his left, but blocking here to this linebacker, and Feliciano would be, trying to overtake this, and then you'd want Azudu to slip this off, and then same thing on the backside. But because it's duo, he's stepping with his right foot, Feliciano stepping with his left. You're stepping together. You want to stay on these double teams as long as possible, and then let the linebackers come to you. Feliciano pops off onto this linebacker. Evan Neal pops off onto this linebacker. And then Andrew Thomas. Good job resetting the edge. Josh Azudu. Flip his hips. Keep the feet drive and bury his ass. And that's a freaking hole. Great job by Saquon Barkley on this too. Keep this as tight as possible. Keep this as tight as possible. You bounce this to right here. You maybe don't get this in the end zone. But you do, and it's a Giants touchdown, and we're on the board for the first time in 2022. Thank you, Saquon Barkley. Thank you, Josh Azudu. Thank you, Andrew Thomas. Here's this Sterling Shepard touchdown. What an alert is basically it's not really part of the progression, but if you like the matchup, you can take it. It's just kind of there for the quarterback. He's just running an outside release. You like the matchup, you take it. But Shep is not technically part of the read on this. The read on this is you're running a curl right here, and then Saquon swinging out, and then you got Richie James on a drag. So if this linebacker drops, he's going to throw it to Richie James. Ideally, on this, Jones is pulling the trigger right here and getting this ball to Daniel Bellinger. But this linebacker is doing a good job. It's a little muddied up. Daniel Bellinger's a first-year player in his first game. Galladay's covered up. Do you want to check it down to the swing? I guarantee you the coaches on the sideline after that David Sills misthrow told Jones, don't be afraid to throw the alert. Don't be afraid to throw the alert. So Jones is reading. So, I'm telling you, there's a little bit of screw it into this throw. Turns his shoulders, got pressure because Josh Azudu gets just worked. Bam, puts a nice ball. Don't let people tell you this is an underthrown ball. Could it be better? Yes, but this is an awesome throw. An awesome read, an awesome decision, and an awesome throw. It's not a perfect throw, but it's an awesome throw. Don't let people tell you otherwise. I hate when football fans do that shit. Let's see it from this angle. Again, Jones is reading these defenders. He's peeking. He doesn't like what he sees. Throw the alert. Touchdown. Let's go back to the other angle. I don't know what the corner was doing on this. I really tried to figure out. I don't know if he was expecting to run an out. I know I'll get comments of people trying to explain it. I don't think you know. Unless you're in that Titans film room, I really don't think you know. But I like this throw regardless. Shep, good job breaking that tackle, make a play. Giants tie the game up. All life is restored. All right, next, what do we have? Oh, beautiful throw. Awesome throw. I won't say beautiful throw. This is the 3rd and 5. Giants are running a fire zone, which means they're showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on the line. So pre-snap, what this read looks like is man, 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 and then he's playing that safety position. But Wink Martindale throws a fire zone at them, which means nickel blitz. You got 3 guys dropping out. So you got a 4-man rush with a free rusher. That's all this is about. Not a free rusher. But you're just trying to create free rushers and confuse the quarterback. The thing is Ryan Tannehill saw this coming. Or at least this was his first read. He sees the blitz, gets it out, first down on a 3rd and 5. But you see, they're trying to create doubt in Ryan Tannehill. Because if there's any hesitation in this, it's not a completion. Because Julian Love is slamming down from this deep safety spot. McKinney's replacing him, and then you have all these defenders down here shallow. So, I like it. You take chances on defense. Ryan Tannehill made the right decision. You can live with that. Now, here's the touchdown that Tay Crowder gave up. And he did give this up, but it's not as bad as it looks. So, what the defense is running, this is the defense that Bill Belichick and Nick Saban created in Cleveland. It's called Cover 3 Match. And it's basically, when you run Cover 3, you could hit the seams on vertical routes. So it's made to kill that and turn your zone coverage into man. So basically, these slot defenders, so right here and then Darnay Holmes, that if this receiver attacks the seam, you play outside leverage and turn this into man coverage. So if he breaks this, if he goes, flat, you're carrying him with this, and that's what Darnay Holmes does. But you want to play outside leverage because if this stays to true zone coverage, Darnay Holmes' responsibility is this. Adoree Jackson's playing the deep third. He's got the middle third. But you got to turn this into man coverage. You see Julian Love does it on the bottom here too. You see? They're both carry the seam outside leverage. Tay Crowder's got to he's just got to process this quicker, that this is what this is. You got to know that, hey, he's attacking the seams. Darnay's turning that into man coverage. This flat is being vacated by Darnay Holmes. So you just kind of got to get on your horse and go. Especially when you see the running back flare out. Or not flare out, but, come out of the backfield. You've got to read that and just go. Go full speed. Ends up being a touchdown. Now, this is a good play call versus defense regardless. I think this is, even if Tay Crowder does a good job on this ball's still getting completed. And maybe he breaks a tackle on Tay Crowder, has him in the open field. Ideally, you would like McKinney to come over the top on this, and it allows Adoree Jackson to pass off this post route and cover this. But that's in a perfect world. So, this is bad, but it's not as bad as you think. That isn't the worst coverage play of all time. All right, next, what do we got? All right, this is a 3rd down. The Giants run mesh, which is a receiver running here, and then one stopping in the middle. This is 3rd down. It's supposed to be a man coverage beater. Ends up being zone coverage. Kurt Warner hates mesh because versus zone, it's not great. But DJ still should have converted this. So you see, these are the 2 mesh players. He's stopping right here in the middle. But Daniel Jones has pressure immediately because Ben Bredesen. So Daniel Jones escapes. Gets sacked. Oh boy, nobody was, not his fault. No, let's see it from the other angle. So you got this pressure right here. Just slide. Slide up in the pocket. Instead of just bailing on this pocket, slide up into this pocket, and you get to hit Shep right here. But because you bail on this pocket, he redirects when he sees you bailing. And you're reckless with the ball. This easily could have turned into a fumble. So again, this is when we talked about Daniel Jones. When you look at his QB rating is great. This is the stuff that doesn't show up really on the stat book. That is Daniel Jones' fault. And there was other plays like this. It's not a god awful game, but he did not look good in this game. Besides that, there's some throws that are good, obviously, but overall he didn't look good in this game, and this is part of it. Oh, also from the other angle, he first reads Saquon on the wheel route, and he just gets stuck on it. When he comes back to it, it's just too much ick. And you could throw this. It's 3rd and 5. You can throw this to Saquon. I'm so sorry that you have to listen to freaking thunder and rain through this crap. So again, you just got to be better on that. That's a difference between extending a drive and having to punt. That's a bad play. Then it shouldn't be a bad play. That's good, if you don't like mesh, whatever, but it should have worked. All right, next play. I wanted to give Aaron Robinson a little love. Didn't have a perfect game, but we were worried he was going to get picked on, and he did halfway decent. It wasn't like some really good game, but he wasn't horrible. He had some bad reps, but this is a good one. Now, he struggles with losing the release right up here. You're playing man coverage. Jihad Ward's popping out. Tay Crowder's replacing him. O'Shane's imminence, but he's playing press man. He gets beat off this release. But just good job fighting to get back with inside leverage and get a pass breakup. I just wanted to give him a little love because we were worried about him, and he didn't choke this game away. Darnay, on the other hand, really struggled, and we're going to go through that last throw. There's other plays I could have put in this that would have showed these, but anytime he was put in man coverage, he struggled, and there were some zone coverage plays too. All right, next, what do we got? We should be almost done here, right? Okay. This is the 3rd and 10 that Richie James drops. This play concept is called wave. In fact, I did a video with the Cover 1 Bills guys, and they're like, wave. And I didn't know what this, they call it wave. A lot of people call it double post X cross. But Dable loved this in Buffalo. So basically what this is you have him running a post, and then these guys crossing to create space. And it works. It works. And this is a 3rd and 10. You need to get this ball downfield. This is important. You're down. It's the 4th quarter. You need this. Good job. Good job running the route. Keeping this as keeping vertical push as long as possible to keep these guys from crashing down on it, and you're open. We'll see Jones's eyes. Keep Byard to slam down on this tight end. Jones gets it to him. It could be a better ball. Like, ideally, you want this ball right here and giving Richie James room to run. But you still got to catch it. It's in his hands. It's a 3rd and 10. That's the difference between converting. This is the NFL. Not everything's going to be perfect. You see Jones, you see Jones' eyes manipulate Byard. He's got the read he wants. Got some pressure in his face. Turn his shoulders. Rip it. Again, this could be a better throw. But you got to catch this. I know people were like, Richie James, 5 catches, 56 yards. But 3 of them came on essentially inconsequential plays. And then you have this drop. There was 2 catches on 3rd and 20s, and then the last catch of the play of the half. Saquon Barkley sees it too. You got to have that. That's huge. Here's the Daniel Jones interception. This is ugly. We saw this play in training camp a lot. I really think Saquon's not a great route runner. And then whenever they do, like, really trying to get him part of the main progression in the red zone, they want to get Saquon the ball. DJ just zeroes in on him and doesn't come off. And Saquon's not a great route runner. And route running matters in the red zone more than anything. Saquon's a great mismatch, but he's not a great route runner. In fact, we were talking about that on a preview show the other day, and Nate Talk Sports made that point. And he's right. So Saquon's Got to do a better job of getting some vertical push to keep this guy from just reading it. But this is just a bad ball. You could say and it could be a bad decision. I know you know there's still shots of coming off the Shep, and he certainly could have done that. But this is just horrible placement and timing. I mean, that ball goes here, and it's a floater. There's no zip on it. Where he should be throwing this ball is right here. Allow Saquon to come back and make this play. But that just gives the DB an easy interception. And this should have ended the game. Should have lost the game. And that's just brutal. Let's see it from the other angle. He could throw this here, but he makes the right read. Saquon doesn't do a great job running this route, and Jones does a way worse job throwing this ball. I mean, that's just ugly. And again, that's game-changing stuff. But they get the ball back. Saquon has a big play. I put it on the O-line report, so go watch the O-line report. We're at 36 minutes. I got to finish this up. Azudu doesn't get a good piece. He gives Andrew Thomas an issue. But Andrew Thomas does a good job. You know, not a good job, but an all right job. And then look at Sterling Shepard on this. Bam, get in there and block. Turn your hips. Azudu ends up going to second level. Feliciano's got his block. Lewinsky's got his block. And just beautiful jump cut by Saquon. Bam, keep it tight, go. This is the Saquon we miss, man. This is the type of stuff where it wasn't his fault last year. He just didn't have that same ability to cut and go. This is where it's like, man, he's back. I mean, that's beautiful. Get the ball down to the 2-yard line. And this is the touchdown. You got David Sills motioning. I mean, this is obvious. They're just trying to show. They're trying to make this, sell this as a run play as long as possible. Sills could have got the touchdown too, by the way. He ends up slipping on his break. Easy pitch and catch. Look at it from the other angle. Sell the run. Thank God they didn't hand this off because this gets blown up. Sills sell this. Bam. Use those hands. Just don't trip. And then Chris Myrick, who's caught in 2 touchdowns and 4 career passes, shows block. I mean, these guys are all coming slamming down, trying to. They think this is run for sure. Easy pitch and catch. And then next, the 2-point conversion. This play doesn't work. Like, Evan Neal gets beat on his block. So Azudu has to pick up his block. You do this pitch to Saquon. The fact that he beat this is crazy. When people say running backs don't matter, I hate that shit. Because there's very few guys in the NFL that could do this. I mean, just to catch this right here at his hip and to have the awareness, the agility, and the ability to just bam, bust in, throw the football, and the Giants win. But the Giants didn't win quite yet. They got to make a stop. And this is where the blitzes started coming out from Wink Martindale. He really didn't blitz a ton in this game. I think he blitzed like 33%, and like 7 of the 9 blitzes came on the last drive of the game. So you're giving a cover 0 look, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players for 6 guys, 6 blockers. Man. So you give a cover 0 look, but it's not cover 0. What happens? We got players dropping out, but you still get a free rusher. So you don't have to rush everybody to also get a free rusher. Tannehill has to throw hot. And you've got a 3rd and 3. Again, you're trying to create free rushers without having to send everybody, because you drop these guys out in case they're running a slant, drags, whatever. But they're lined up for their assignments are here, 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 and then this is the unblocked guy. But you still get him. Darnay gives a catch. And then Darnay struggled all game. I'm not going to, this is the last clip, but playing inside leverage. And this kid, Kyle Phillips, is a good route runner. Again, he just struggled in man. We couldn't get a pass rush either, by the way, all day. Like, this was par for the course. Actually, this is a little better because you have a Calitro stunting around. Or looping around. Just easy pitch and catch. But Randy Bullock missed. So, appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for sticking in for this. I know this was a longer video. But that's what happens to the film reviews. I want to go through 26 plays, and I can't leave anything out. So, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out everything else. Best Giants channel you'll find. I really do believe that. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next one. Let's go Big Blue.